I gather up some different supplies so I could make some unique, faithful Easter DIYs for my Easter decor. Let's get started. I had these old calendars that I had in my stash, and I love the images and the verses that are in here. This particular one is water damaged, but I just wanted to show you how beautiful it is. And they are from Dollar Tree. I selected this one here that's got a beautiful bird's nest with a lovely Bible verse in it. I'm just going to tear it out of the calendar. You could use some scrapbook paper, magazine images for this one. I'm going to be placing this onto some mixed media paper, which is kind of like a strong, sturdy cardstock. It takes wet glue really well, so that's why I decided to go with this. You could put it on cardboard if you like. You could tape this on as well. I'm just trimming off the one edge of my image so it'll fit onto my paper nicely. And I wanted the bird's nest to stay somewhat center. It does go off a little bit, but that is okay. Before I trim off the rest though, I decided I'm going to use some tacky glue to glue my image down. Now I ended up running into a minor issue with this. I will be showing you in a bit, but I'm going to just continue with the process though. So I'm just using a plastic card to smooth out the glue all the way to the edge, and then I'll place my image down onto the glue. I'm going to smooth it out the best I can, and I decided to use a brayer to really get the air bubbles out, and I ended up creasing my image just a little bit. It wasn't too bad. I ended up taking a rag, and that really smoothed out that crease. So once you've got that all smoothed out, this is where I discovered that I could see a little bit of the image on the back side of my picture here, and it was coming through where all the light color was showing, but once I hung it up, I didn't notice it anymore. So once the glue was dry, I trimmed off the other edge of my image, and I trimmed off any of the excess mixed media paper as well. So you can see here I'm using a clipboard for my picture hanger, and it's such a fun and easy way to display images. I didn't like the color of it, so I decided to use some white vintage wash from decor and just lightened up that background color. Of course, you can paint it. You could cover it with some pretty scrapbook paper or contact paper, anything like that too, if you'd like. I like the simplicity of the way it is like this. You can see that my image is curled up a bit, and the reason is because I didn't put something nice and heavy and flat on top while it was drying, but I just curved it a bit and it flattened it out nicely. You can tape it into place as well. Just for another added decorative touch, I am adding this piece of farmhouse ribbon I picked up from Dollar Tree. I'm just tying a simple bow. And I'm telling you, this is such an easy way to create some art for your decor for any season. And I think this one is perfect for Easter. So this next one is a cool one. I picked up this frame over Christmas time, and I didn't get around to using it Christmas. So I'm like, I love this. I think that would be great for Easter. It's kind of got the barn doors, but I thought the wood actually looked a bit like stone. So I thought it would be really cool to turn this into a resurrection display. So I'm just gonna, of course, remove the backing, and there is some glass. So I'm gonna be removing that as well. You can see those barn doors. It looks so cool. So I went ahead and cleaned my glass. I'm setting everything aside for now. And you can see how those slide. I have the scrapbook paper. It is kind of like a stone, but I needed it to be darker. So if you already have some nice dark stone scrapbook paper, you won't need to do this step. But if you only have some light stuff, then this is a tip for you. You can take some stain and you can just stain your paper, and you can see the image from underneath is still showing through. I didn't quite like the way this color quite looked, so I ended up adding some distress ink in a bit here, but first I just dabbed on just to create a bit more texture. So I'm going to try frayed burlap and vintage photo on here to see which one I like best. I'm trying the vintage photo first, and it was still not quite the right color. I did add a little bit of it here and there, And then I went ahead and added the frayed burlap color, and I like that so much better. And it gave it a really unique look. So once I added the color I wanted, I just took a rag, wiped off the excess, and you can see the texture there is. I'm tracing around the backing so I have the correct size to fit within the frame. I'm going to use my paper trimmer to trim it down, but you could use a steel ruler and a craft blade if you would like. Next, I am going into Cricut Design Space, and I designed this image here. It says he is risen. You can go to Cricut Design Space. I will have that link down below for you if you would like to use this image as well. So you just need to adjust the size accordingly to whatever project you are creating, and then I am going to just go ahead and make it and follow all the prompts as they pop up on my screen. I am using smart vinyl, so I don't need a mat for this. Now you can see here I am using black to start, but I ended up changing my mind and I decided to go with white. So my image has all been cut out. I'm just going to go ahead and weed out all the excess vinyl. So you're going to see the black vinyl pop up once in a while, but it's going to be the same steps that I use for the white. I had already placed my transfer paper onto the vinyl, and I'm just trimming it up so it fits onto the glass really nicely. I have these branches as well. I'm just going to trim some pieces down to size that are going to fit on the glass. Now, I just have the glass right now. I'm just going to quickly just cut my pieces down to size so I have an idea of how big I need them. I decided to get my frame so I can make sure that everything is going to fit inside here nicely. So I'm just going to trim things up as needed. I didn't place my vinyl onto the glass just yet because right now I'm just focusing on creating a little rugged cross. So I trimmed up my branches as needed, and then I am just going to go ahead and put those into place again, and I decided I wanted to use some cheesecloth as the linen cloth that was removed off of Jesus when he rose again. So I'm just cutting this piece down, and I decided I wanted to just drape that over the cross at the back side. So I'm gonna lift that up now, and then I'm gonna glue that little piece of cloth into place on the back side of my cross, and then I'm gonna put my other little pieces, the crossbars. You can see I have one piece for one side and another piece for the opposite side. That way here it'll sit as flat as I can get it onto the glass and still have some texture. So I'm just kind of creating like a bit of a dimensional look here. I'm going to just again glue my cloth into place on the cross, and then I'm going to go ahead and glue the entire piece onto the onto the glass. And yes, I am just going to go ahead and use some hot glue. Of course, use your favorite adhesive. So I took the frame away now. I can add my vinyl. It's easier to add the vinyl with the frame not in place. So I'm going to just line that up, and then I'm going to burnish that into place. And then I'll go ahead and remove the transfer tape. I did notice that it did stick really well to the glass. So I just used my little weeding tool just to help me lift that up, burnished anywhere where it might have been lifting a little bit, and then went ahead and finished pulling that up. And doesn't that look cute so far? I love it. It's so beautiful. So now I'm going to just put my frame all back together. I'm going to start off with my glass, and then I'm going to add my scrapbook paper, the backing, and this is a phenomenal statement piece for Easter, and it's a great creative way to use a picture frame like this if you can find one in your thrift store. Let me know what you think. This next one is a really simple project, but it is another statement piece. I'm using some pieces of driftwood to create a rugged cross. I've done this before and I've really liked the way it looks, but my old cross broke, so I wanted to create myself a new one. You could just use regular branches for this. I needed to trim down my crossbar here, so I'm just trying to use my my pruners to trim it down. It was pretty tough wood. Just rounding off the edge just to help balance out both ends. Now I'm creating a notch in the crossbar. I just used my pruning shears and then a knife to just carve out a notch. And this was working okay, but I decided to get a little bit of a saw in there to really work away at that wood to create a decent notch. So I had a good fit. So I was finally able to get a decent notch in that wood. I'm going to attach it to the main piece of wood here. I'm going to use some hot glue, and then I'm going to just press and hold that in place until the glue sets. I used quite a bit, so you definitely want to hold that. Now I'm going to use some twine, and I'm going to just wrap it around the wood. I'm just going to tie a simple knot and then wrap it around several times. This can be used in a planter. You could add a little hook and hang it on your wall, or you could just have it propped up against the wall or anything you'd like. I like the simplicity of this. It is such a statement piece, and I can't wait to put it up for Easter. I wanted to create some candle holders. So I had these little pots, wooden pots that I picked up from the thrift store and my local dollar store. I also have these wood slices. I decided to stain the little cups with some gel stain. I have a combination of walnut stain and oak. And I'm going to stain the little pots just so that they don't stand out too much on my display that I'm going to be creating. So I'm going to just allow the stain to dry, and then I'm going to glue those pieces together to the wood slices. I'm creating a total of 8 of my little candle holders, and you could of course just buy some if you want, but I had the supplies to make my own, and I think they turned out so cute. So now I'm going to create a table centerpiece just down the middle of my table. I've already got the tablecloth in place and a table runner. I picked up this leaf garland from Dollar Tree last year. I think it's beautiful. I'm going to go ahead and tuck some branches that I had foraged in amongst the vine. And you could add anything you'd like. Pussy willows would be really pretty as well. So I'm just creating like a centerpiece down the middle of my table. I wanted to create kind of like an advent for the Holy Week coming up. So Holy Week runs for a total of 7 days, and then you've got Easter Sunday, and I thought I'm going to add one extra candle for Easter Sunday. So here I'm tucking some flowers in amongst the branches and the vine. These are some some faux flowers from Dollar Tree. They're so pretty. I decided to add some little fairy lights as well. This is a strand of 30 lights. I'm just going to weave those in and out of the branches and the florals that I have here. I hid the battery pack, and I'm going to be hiding it even more once I add some moss to this. So this is just a pretty whimsical touch. This is a great way to create a table centerpiece if you don't want anything to be permanent. So I've got 7 cream candles and 1 white candle. I'm going to just go ahead and put those into my little candle cups. And then I'm going to start to place the candles in amongst all my lovely greenery and florals and branches. I placed the white one in the middle, and then I'm just going to disperse all the other ones in amongst everything. There's no right or wrong to doing this part. So I'm going to go ahead and add moss now. Moss, I forage it, but I also purchased the preserved reindeer moss, so I'm using a combination of both. Some bird's nests would be really cute in here, or some little figurines would be so adorable in amongst all of this. I'm keeping mine simple. I wanted it to look like a meadow with beautiful wildflowers growing up in the mountains. I just love that look, and I think this is looking just like that. So as you can see here, I am making sure I'm covering up my battery pack at this point, and then I'm just going to go ahead and add some little bits here and there just to complete the look until I'm happy with how it looks. I'm adding some more florals just because I wanted a bit more color. So I've got these pretty little pink stems, and then I'm also going to take apart these small little arrangements that I had. I had made them last year, and I thought, you know what, I'm going to reuse these for this project here. So I just took it apart again, and I'm going to just place those in amongst the other greenery and stems and what have you until you get this beautiful look. So just a little tip here, to clean up your mess, I am going to be using this lint roller, and that cleans up all that moss that I had on the table. So here is my display. I think it turned out absolutely gorgeous. I am so happy with it. I would love to know which project was your favorite by dropping me a comment down below, and I want to wish you all a happy and blessed Easter. We shall see you in the next one. Take care. Bye.